with the Isle of Man Vicar, walking by the sea, sharing tales and laughter. Come along with me. Morning dew is shining, seagulls call and flee.
Hello again. My name's the Reverend Simon Archer. I am the Vicar of the parish of Arbury in Castletown, and I'm going out. Got the top down. It's a whole, what is it here? 14 degrees. 14 degrees. Ridiculous. Balmy weather. Balmy. Which way should we go? I think I know which way I want to go. So, top down so my hair can flow in the breeze. I'm just heading off. I'm not going to go for a very long journey here, so I'm just, I'll probably again add it to my main video, do a little sort of trip out and then go for a walk. But yeah, so the idea is that I'm going to be heading to, is it Café Bar 2-6 or whatever? Anyway, it's a little spot. Just keep driving at me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to head to the other end of the airport. I'm going to go along the promenade at Castletown, head to the airport, and then there's a walk that I've kind of spotted and a place that I would fancy going to that isn't too far away that I've not been to before. It's on the Raad Foillan. Again, AI will spell it wrong. Raad Foillan is way over the Gull. It's a path that goes around the island, and it goes nearby. It goes past a place called Santon Gorge. So I'm looking to head there and have a little explore. I can hear one of my calipers is sticking. Always fun. It's always great. It's got to go in for a service anyway. Yeah, so sorry, I'm concentrating and driving at the same time, so I'm not going to concentrate more on the camera than I am on the car, making sure I do that right. But I'm going to head along the prom. This is all Castletown I'm in. I mean, I know you're not watching it at the moment. I'll turn the camera around in a moment, shall I? It's probably a good idea. There's people walking right in the middle of the road. That's not great. I'll pull over in a sec and then you can see where I'm going then. But yeah, it's so Santon Gorge is looks like a really nice spot. There's another beach before it as well, which didn't seem to have a name. But there's another little cove or beach before it, but all on the Raad Foillan. So I wasn't sure whether I could get around there because I wasn't sure whether or not there'd be restrictions because of the airport. But there seems to be a footpath there. So we're gonna see what we can find and see if we can park down there. Currently on holiday at the moment, so let's say holiday. just pull over here and we'll turn the camera around. Have a better look. Let's turn that round. Make sure you can see what you want to see, which is not me. It's going well. Oh well, that'll probably do. I don't even know what I've set. I've got horizon correction, so that's probably the worst view you can get, but I'm just gonna leave it on that for now. It's not a long drive, as I say, so just driving along the front, Castletown Bay. It's been funny weather today, so it started off completely blue skies, beautiful, and then it's clouded over a bit, but it's quite warm. I mean, the cloud's probably keeping it warm, isn't it? Just coming up on the airport on my left. Got the Castletown Bay on my right. Heading towards Derby Haven. Going past the golf course now. Castletown Golf Course. Very excellent golf courses over here on the island. Not that I play golf. I've tried it before, wasn't very good. I'm going to slow right down because it's a 20-mile-an-hour limit here. So not everything over here is you can go as fast as you like. You have to understand that it's not all unlimited or unrestricted as it is. There's always limits, and you can get into a lot of trouble for driving too fast over here, even in unrestricted areas, because you have to drive safely. Oh, I know I go on about it, but lovely houses along the front here. No, I mean, if you don't mind the sea air, because you get a lot of sea air. You can really smell the seaweed and stuff here, but if you don't mind the sea air, it's a good spot. Some kind of hatchery there, turbot hatchery. I don't know. It's Café Bar 2-6 or something. It's supposed to be absolutely superb, actually. A very good restaurant. We can park up here, pretty sure. Put the roof up. Turn the camera around. There you go. See if we can press the right button. So yeah, that was it. Just a few minutes, but I didn't want. I could always walk it, but I'm kind of trying to get to places to explore them rather than spend the same route walking for 20 minutes to get here and then having to do it. So. Right. Done. So I'm going to switch this camera off and then we'll head out on the walk and see what we can find. See if we can find Santon Gorge and see what it's like. But I'll be back to you in a sec. Right, so had a nice little drive here. So very short. I'm around Café Bar 2-6, Café 2-6 or Bar 2-6. I don't know. But I've not been there, but I've again heard really, really good things about it. There's a car park here right by the beginning of the Raad Foillan, so it looks like we're in the right spot. And we're just going to head off. So I just thought I could do the quick introduction here, and then we'll pop off. So heck, we don't edit, do we? Let's there we go. Can't find you there, Anne. So I used my Nano for the trip here in the car, and now I'm going to use my was my Pocket 3 to go for this nice walk. The car locked, possibly, maybe. It is now. Looking really good. I gave it a good polish. Let me turn this around. Come on. There we go. Ready to sell, really, to be honest with you. Wheels are looking a bit better, but they still need to be refurbished. Needs a service. Bits and bobs, but it's pretty much ready to go. Hello. There we go. So 2-6, it's Café Bar 2-6. Again, excellent reviews. Be a good one to try out at some point. Keep talking about places. My wife and I, Tasha, keep talking about places we're going to go and visit. This should be one of them. It's not good where some of this wood's come off already. It's fairly new. I'm sure this was put in not that long ago. Not looking great. It might be the sea though. It can certainly knock a few boards off. All the nails are rusted. Nail screws. Sorry. So we're going to look at another direction. Over there you might see in the distance there's depending on what screen you're looking at on. That's the old hotel that's going to be demolished soon. Hopefully redeveloped out there somehow. Can't remember what they said they were going to do with it. Fairly substantial cedar fences there, but that is the edge of the airport. That's why I was going to bring my drone today and I went, I can't bring my drone, can I? Clearly I can't, because I'll be right near the airport, and even in Castletown we're in the no-fly zone. So I have seen some drone users who have ignored those rules, shall we say. I've seen some people flying in Castletown. I've even seen one who I asked, I wasn't being funny because I've tried to get permission before, or I thought about getting permission before, haven't tried, so I could do some filming around my churches, really low level stuff, and said, how easy was it to get permission from the Civil Aviation Authority? And they said, oh yeah, it's easy, I got permission. So I then said, so who did you contact, what email did you use, or which website did you go to? And they ignored me from there on, which made me think I probably didn't have permission at all. There's a very good reason why airports don't allow drones around, because whatever people think, you don't want a drone being sucked into an engine. If they see drones about, they have to cancel flights until they find out about them. Then people go, oh, but my drone's tiny, it would never cause any damage. It's like my Neo. Doesn't matter, they see a drone, they don't know. from a distance how big it is. All they know is there's a drone in the air. But lots of responsible drone flies as well on the island, and you can take some great videos over here. Thank you to Crash Organism. That's going to sound funny, isn't it? Crash Organism on my Patreon, who has subscribed and tells me that my last place I went to see, so that little spot, Darragh, however it's pronounced, that little kind of old radar station, and where we found the 6,000-year-old burial site. He subscribed to my Patreon and said that he flies up from there. I can understand it, but my little drone doesn't do well in the wind, so a lot of the time I can't fly. It does make it tempting to get a better drone, but when do you stop, eh? When do you stop? I've taken some great footage with my Neo. I think I'll just stick with that for the amount I use it. If I was using it every week, every trip out, then that would be a different matter, but I'm not. So yeah, walking alongside the airport, looking back over to Langness that direction. If you want to join the Patreon, the link's usually in the description, often put on the first pinned comment. You can join Patreon. You don't have to pay. If you subscribe, you get access to a little bit more stuff, and I'm going to be putting some more stuff on there as well, some extra videos and things like that, but not my like walking videos, which I wouldn't like put them behind a paywall, but just like behind the scenes stuff. Some packing, preparing, bits that don't make it to the videos I've made that I didn't think were good enough to put on YouTube, which is not very much because I put any old rubbish on there. But yeah, you can join Patreon and you'll hear notifications about other stuff, about stuff that's coming up. You get some extra photos and things like that. Stuff that didn't make the thumbnails. Pictures that I've taken, so I'm going to start trying to work a little bit more. As I've got a few now, I think I've got about 11 subscribers at the moment, which doesn't sound like a lot, but some of them are paying, so they deserve to get a bit of extra content, and they also get like early access to all my. Well, when I get them on in time, they'll get early access to the videos as well. So. So that's a bonus, but you can join Patreon as a free member and you'll see some extra stuff. So if you're interested, go over to Patreon. I think it's patreon.com/Isle of Man Vicar, and you'll find extra content. Oh, this is one of those moments where you see a path and you'll see that. Make sure I've got it on. What have I got it on? Sorry, I was checking something. You got the path that's been made and the path people take because it's worn into the grass, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called in design, but you often see people who design like infrastructure. And they'll make these lovely little paths with crossroads and stuff, and then people will decide to walk in a completely different way because it's a shorter route. It would be exciting to have a nice plane landing above us or something. So again, this is like a few minutes from home in the car, as you saw, and yet I've never been here before. Let alone all the places I haven't been all over the island. Just haven't even been here. This is on my doorstep. But I saw a picture of Santon Gorge and just thought, that's stunning. Beautiful. So I thought I'd wander along here, make a brew, and I brought with me my mocha pot to make a nice brew. Back to Patreon, just briefly, just to say thank you to Crash Organism for subscribing on Patreon, for supporting the channel. As I say, it kind of helps with getting little bits, making videos about some bits and gadgets and gear. It helps maintain stuff, fixing things, cameras and stuff, buying accessories. I guess you're kind of funding my hobby, I know, but for those people who do that, those few quid a month add up. And I have got, I think it might be arriving today actually. I was like tempted to wait in to see when it arrived, but I've got a really cool little stove set up that I'm going to try out, which is all about going with a really tiny gas bottle and tiny stove so that it could all fit into a single cup. That's the idea. So instead of my liquid fuel, and my watch is telling me, are you going out for a walk again? Yes, record outdoor walk, that's fine. Yeah, so where I use my alcohol burner, I'll give it a try with using the little tiny gas cylinder and gas stove. It's a refillable gas cylinder, so Camping Moon make them, and other people make them as well. Is it TC28 or something like that? They do a smaller one. Oh, I think mine's coming with a lantern attachment as well, because it's really meant as a refillable canister for use with a lantern. But I've seen people use it with a stove attachment as well. It's the same attachment, and you can refill it from your gas canisters you use for camping, or you can fill it from these like butane canisters you either get for stoves that like look more like an aerosol can, or the ones that you get for filling lighters and things. We could walk around there. I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to the path for now. See where we end up. That's saying the path goes round there. Really want to go to the... I don't want to head off in the wrong direction. That's the only thing. I think the path goes off to the right. Yeah. This looks nice. That looks well walked as well. The flattened grass. Could be that someone's driven a mower across it. They do their best. They've only got, I think they've only got about 5 people maintaining all the paths on the islands, hundreds and hundreds of miles of it. No wonder some people complain about paths in their areas not getting done. Really nice and mild today. Oh, got someone walking their dog this way as well. And Gorse is out looking amazing. Hello. Good company. So I've taken some annual leave. So after, are you walking with me now? After a busy Easter weekend and Holy Week and the build up to all of that, there's so much organising going on, preparations, actually taking the services. I realised when I signed my statement of particulars, it's like a bit like a contract. There's a kind of contract for clergy. My statement of particulars said that I'm required to take 1 week of my annual leave off after Christmas and 1 week after Easter. Well, I didn't take any time off after Christmas. I didn't realise it was so enforced. I don't like taking time off after Christmas because everyone's off, and I always feel like there's no clergy available. It always doesn't feel quite right to me. That maybe there should be people around who can deal with any kind of pastoral stuff that comes up. So in future, I guess I'll take a week off. It's only in the month after Christmas. You don't have to all be off the first week, but I imagine the easiest time to take off is Christmas into the new year. I've got company. So in future I'll look to take that week off after Christmas, I guess. Take a week off after Easter. That's the other part of my required annual leave to take, is to take a week off after Easter. So I'm going to do that. He says in future, but I've taken a couple of weeks off. I get like 6 or 7 weeks a year it is, and I should know. It just doesn't matter to me because I tend not to worry too much about taking lots and lots of time off. Take what I need. I need to be a bit better. Not sure you're coming this way. Look at that. Gorse looks amazing. Colours. Look at this. It's a very colourful island, actually. Right, I'm just going to go around the edge. I don't know where I'm going. It doesn't really matter. We got lost the other day, so Tasha and I went out for, I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was bank holiday Monday. We went out and just said, we'll just go for a drive. We stopped off and met some cows. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you'll see, actually TikTok as well, that I did a little clip meeting some cows over near the Slock. It was empty field. My wife went, there's a cow over there. I went, oh yeah. I was just like the head of a cow poking out from behind a bush, but we didn't realise there was a gate there. And all of a sudden, that cow started walking towards us. Then there was a second cow. There's two. It was 3 cows, 4, 5. I think it was about 20, 25 cows in the end coming up this field towards us. I probably thought that we had food, which we didn't. But it was lovely, really nice. And my wife was over the moon. She loves cows. So, why does it always sound odd to say stuff like that? I understand it completely. I love cows too. I think they're amazing creatures. Sheep, cows. I think we're very fortunate to have so many sort of the farm animals around in the fields around, horses, cows, sheep. Yeah. So I can get some great local grub. Now this looks like it's just saying go this way. I'm just making sure it's not one of these dodgy signs that says go left, and actually it's not that at all. Yeah, that's all blocked off, so we need to go round the field, which is good. Yeah, really nice looking out of the fields at the moment, seeing the lambs. Yeah. There's a beach. This is, that might be one beach we've just passed. It's actually really, really nice view. Now, let me get my phone out while you're admiring the view, and I'll just check exactly where I am to make sure that I'm not I think I'm pretty much here. Go satellite. Yeah, past the other beach. This is Santon Gorge. So let's do a little bit of can we make a thumbnail bit out of one of these? So turn the camera around. And what we'll do. And okay, Santon Gorge. Hello. Hiya. Oh, hello. Someone's friendly. It's so mild. It's so. Hello. I've not been here before, so which is really strange. Yeah, because I'm Castletown, but I've done lots of other places, and I never thought to walk around here. Someone shared a picture of Santon Gorge and went, "That's beautiful."
It is nice.
And I thought, I'll pop along. It's not far. I'll just go for a walk down there.
Yeah, no, it's nice, and I mean you can walk. Well, because this is part of the Foillan ground.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
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 Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you can get down to the gorge, but it's a bit of a scramble.
We'll give it a try, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's nice. Enjoy.
Thank you, will do. Beautiful. Oh, hold on. I just got greeted by some pups. Actually, let's have a... You can see them on their way. It's just going to do a picture of me by the gorge, Santon Gorge. You would have probably only heard one part of that conversation, which is fine. Try not to record people without their knowledge anyway. But good fun, lovely. That's what you want around here is you meet. What you get around here is you meet the loveliest of people. Just want to pass the time, say hello. So it's a bit of a scramble down to the gorge, is it? Great. Got to get down there, haven't I? So we'll see how we go. Got to be careful not to do myself an injury. Although I'm incredibly close to home here. Right. So I'll go this side. We're gonna not head down any particularly dodgy looking routes, but see if we can head down. If you're thinking like I am, you're going, ooh, you could camp here. Wouldn't that be great? Just have to be so careful that you're not causing anyone any upset. Genuinely mean that. I think my videos are getting a bit repetitive like that, I'd understand. But I'm not going to walk down there. Grass can be really slippery, but that river looks beautiful. How can you get down there? Probably over the far end there, that looks like there's a little pathway down possibly there with maybe some rope, something to help people. I've got new trousers, by the way. This is a thing for you, look. Let's see if we can, okay, let's see if we can show the trousers. Whoop. So these are, and I'm going to spell it, they are Right Fits, W-R-I-G-H-T, and Fits, F-I-T-S. And the reason I picked them up is because, honestly, some of the walking trousers and stuff, they're so expensive. Even like these are just like like a polycotton or something like that. And I realised that work trousers, like stuff you'd use when you're building and stuff, aren't really that different, probably more rugged, and they were cheaper. Got these for about 22 quid, 23 quid a pair, and they're comfortable. You can put knee pads into them if you want to. Got little pouches on them. Let me show you, see if I can show you. Oh, don't do that. I've got these little pouches on them, which I guess for nails and stuff like that. And you kind of go, how useful is that when you're camping? Being able to put little bits, lighters, matches, all sorts of different things you could put there. So it's like, yeah, well, makes sense. I'll grab a couple of pair, and they're really good. And they're not too, a lot of the companies seem to really scrimp on the material, so you end up with a pair of trousers which feel like they're, ooh, this is interesting. There is a path here, but there's a lot of gorse and bramble about. Let's see if we can get through. They seem to want to charge you an absolute arm and leg for materials which are pretty feeble, to be honest. They're quite thin. So these have a million pockets on them because like there's loops for hammers and stuff which you could use with a small hatchet or hammer or whatever you wanted. Pouches you can put stuff into, really useful big pockets. Just work. So there's a little tip for you. I'm going to get some of their shorts as well. I don't know where I'm meant to go next. It's down the path, but we'll have a look. There's some kind of bridge that goes over the gorge, so I'm sure I'll find it. Cool. We've got some silage and stuff around. I feel like I need to cross a bridge and then come down the other way. This might be one of those days I do the video to the place and then have a nice quiet stroll back without filming, because you can get a bit too much into the filming and not remembering why you come out here, which is just to enjoy it quietly without me talking all the time. It feels like I've gone the wrong way, but it doesn't really matter. Sure we'll find where I'm meant to be soon, unless I'm taking a path that's going to take me all the way away from the gorge. Right, where's my maps? That's not it. That's not it. I feel like I have gone slightly askew. Oh no, there was a bridge up there. That's probably it, and come back down again. Okay. So we can carry on walking along here, I think, for a minute. Oh. I don't know if I'm meant to be over there. I'm meant to be over here. There was a sign back there saying footpath, but I wasn't sure. I'm sure it was pointing this direction, because this looks like it comes to an end. Oh, there's a break in the wall here. So it looks like this is a spot to cross over to the actual footpath, right? Okay. Yeah, this looks like a proper path, doesn't it? Whew. Good old stone walls. Some of them tumbled down a bit, but beautiful. This is it's really pleasant. This would be a bridge. I'm assuming. Oh, so much to explore. Is that crossing over there? Was that to stop animals from crossing? Might be. I'm not crossing over there. There's like a wooden log. We're not doing that. Keep meaning to get myself another selfie stick to put my action camera on so I can get some underwater footage. I've got the Nano is waterproof. I get very nervous about that, but it is waterproof. So it'd be good to get some sort of river footage, underwater river footage. Nice. I'll walk up this way and then see if we can cross, and then we'll walk back down towards the gorge. If there's somewhere to cross, which is definitely the maps.me I use when some of the other Google Maps, Apple Maps, stuff like that doesn't give me enough detail or footpaths. Maps.me does the job. Look at that. Oh, a bit of oil in the water, but here we go. I think you can see a bridge further up. This is called Santon Burn, I think. S-A-N-T-O-N, Santon. Santon Burn. I'll stick to the path a bit more. Whew. I think it's been well trodden by cows. Looking at the hoof prints. Okay, we have a bridge. We have a little bit of an interesting walk to get to it. It's not too wet at the moment, so it's holding up underfoot, which is good. There we go. Then we can go across this stile and head back down towards the gorge and see if we can get down to it at all. Where do I go? I'm thinking about my next walk already. Where do I go next? Ooh, I'm going to climb over the gate here because by the entrance to the gate where the lock is, it's pretty muddy. This is going to be where I lose something. Oh, a bit muddy, that's fine. Alright, we head back the other direction, the other side of the river. Because the beach at the gorge seems to be the other side. So, I'll have a look. Interesting. Fungus and these trees. It's looking a bit muddy. Not worried about mud, it's just where's the best way to get across without absolutely covering myself. There we go. Wasn't that difficult? Ugh, he says. Oh, it's a bit marshy here. I'm glad that went right over my foot, but I'm wearing my Vicar barefoot forest escapes, and they come with, when you get them, you're able to see, look, they come with like a leather balm, and I thought, do I? Yeah, I mean, I've used them a couple of times and it's been fairly dry, but I'll give them a once over with the balm. I usually do it every time or every couple of times. Okay, this is a bit like a trampoline. Wasn't quite expecting that. Oh dear. Do feel like my feet are going to go through. There we go. Yeah, it just protects them. They're not, strictly speaking, like Gore-Tex waterproof boots or anything like that. They're animal hide, like wild animal hide or something. I don't know what that means. And you just maintain them and use the balm on them. But yeah, they're really, because these are barefoot walking boots, and yeah, they're pretty lightweight. I actually used them all the way through winter. I just put thicker woolen socks on with them. I couldn't find I've got some big chunky leather boots, but I couldn't find them for some reason, which happens in my house where kids go, I'm just going to borrow this, and you never see it again. Whew. Kind of thought I was going to stop when I got to Santon Gorge, but I've kind of walked right up and then back down again. Maybe on the way back we'll try something. Maybe we'll cross over the river at the gorge at the bottom there and go straight across and cut all this bit out. I will look and see how deep it is. Obviously I can roll my trousers up. It's not really a problem. It's quite bouncy. Right. What you do find though is when people do use these tracks and people walk along here, but you don't tend to come across many people. It is quite a good way of getting away from it all, because I saw some people at the start, but that's because it was near town, near a car park, near where people live. As soon as you head off out a mile or two, all to yourself. He says, I'll probably come around the corner and meet someone now. Well, this is a bit more interesting. I think this is where, oh, is that a path over the other side? I think so. Yep. Like a mountain goat. A very elderly mountain goat. Whew. Yeah, so you come out here, chances are you've got it all to yourself. I think I could see some fresh poop around. Sheep that probably gotten over the fence here. The Raad and the Foillan sign is down. For sheep and cows in there. must be a little way down somewhere along here. Must be. I'm seeing like quite a steep embankment. I can't see from the other side. It looked like there was a path with, oh hello. I'm going to walk a bit slowly. I'm not going too far. I don't want to startle one of the sheep and send it over the edge. I walk slowly. Escapees. Yeah. There's definitely ways people get down over the far side. My screen looks really dark on this. I don't know whether I've got it set up too dark. Feels a bit like it. Oh look there, sheepies have moved on a little bit, but not that far. Come on, I'm just here. I might be scuppered here. Okay. Hello. You're okay. Want me to move out of the way? Does that show you a space to get through? That's where I'm trying to go, down there. You guys really need to make a decision as to where you're going. I mean, you're clearly not that fussed because you're still eating. Come on, come on. Yeah, good girls. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't go back. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, come on. Hip. Come on. Come up. Come on. Come on. Hip. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't go back. You come a bit closer. Don't come back. Come on. I'm going to step back even further. Look. There you go. Come on. Come on. Don't go back. I'm trying to make this easy for you. Come on. Come on. Hip. Come on. I'm sure you can get over that little bridge because it looks like your hoof prints are over the bridge over there, so you've clearly crossed it before, but why don't you use panicking over it and slip in? Come on. It's much better food this way. Yes, good girl. Come on. Hip. Come on. Well, there you go, here's the view. I'm stuck at. I've got a barricade of sheep. So I could walk straight at them, sheep don't bother me, absolutely fine. but it's likely to make them a bit nervous. They don't know me, don't know my voice. I might make them nervy and they might slip on the bridge as they try and cross it. They're getting closer and stuff, but I don't know how far they're going to come. Once one goes past, they'll all go past, it'll be fine. Come on! Can't stand here all day. Come on! Come on! Got a plane coming into land at Ronald's Way. Come on. Yep, come on. Anytime you're ready. Come on. Come on. You're brave, come on. There we go. As I said, one passes, the rest of them quite happy to go. Thanks a lot, you lot. Delayed me. Bit of patience though. Whew. I've left some presents behind on the path. Whew. Right. This is one of the spots, but I don't think there is a path here, you know. Down to the gorge. We'll have a look. It doesn't look like it. Maybe a little bit further on, we'll have a look. If not, then we ain't getting down there to the, well, I can go over the far side. Oh. We'll see. There's definitely something over this way, I'm sure of it. So, over the sheep there, same as if you're driving as well. Take your time, be considerate, it'll probably be alright. Yeah. See why people kayak here. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh. This looks like a path and there's a rope. This is what I saw from the other side. Hey. Torn on my left and right by brambles, but someone's nice enough to put a rope up as well. We're going to use it. Probably going to need it more to get back up, because this looks a little slippery. Right, so we're going to go down. I'm not going to go down back ways, but I'm going to be incredibly careful because literally it's virtually straight down. But this is fine. I have a rope. That's going to help me a little bit. Hey. And then we might look at, see if we can cross over and head up. Perhaps on that far side over there looks good. So we don't have to walk all the way around, which will make the way back a little bit easier. Right. Oh, it's great that someone's put a rope there. Makes a lot of sense. This is quite wet. So we're looking for firm ground that's not too slippery. Look at that. We're at the beach. He says. All that way. And I fall on my backside in the last moment. Oh well, these are meant to be. Trousers will get dirty in. But I fell a foot, slipped a foot. I'll take that. I smell. If there's anybody here, but I've got a whiff of burning wood then. Let's show you where we are then. That's where we've just come down. Over there. And this is Santon Gorge. Gorgeous Santon Gorge. That's a title, isn't it? Santon Gorges. That's gorgeous Santon Gorge. Or something equally cheesy. Ah, yeah, someone's had a fire on the front here. Let's have a look. I caught a whiff of smoke, so it does make me wonder whether they put it out completely. Yeah, I'm getting a... No, that's still... The fact I'm getting a whiff of that says to me that some of that is still burning. Now, chances are, with as wet as it is and has been, that won't cause any problems. But the trouble you get is there's heat coming off that. So, say that reignites. If it dries out for a couple of days, you can catch the grass from the sparks. You can catch the grass on fire on the banks here, and that would mean potentially a sort of a really awkward place to get to with sort of fire suppression equipment. It can be a little bit difficult. But yeah, I would say someone's probably been down there last night. They've had themselves a right roaring fire. What they haven't done is go get some buckets of water to make sure the whole thing is out. There you go, Santon Gorge. It's recommended. Someone recommended it for wild swimming as well. I guess with perhaps if the seaweed gets washed out, it's just unlikely they'll get much of that. But if the seaweed gets washed away, you probably get a pretty good spot to go out swimming there. I don't know what the rocks are like underneath, but that's why I spotted it. It was the other day when someone mentioned it. Lovely. Let's see if we can... Now, I thought from higher up, those looks all seaweed, I thought I saw underneath it like a stony section, like a bank, where maybe I could get some of the way over. Obviously that means jumping with a camera in my hand, that's not waterproof. So that's good. Ooh, and that's deep and slippery. You could. Yeah, and that's quite deep. Right, yeah, trousers are wet and dirty anyway. See, if I jumped over to there, chances are that's just going to be deep seaweed that I'll just land on and sink into. So, do we get wet? Not worry about it. I think that's probably a good call. Head over the other side, so we're already there. Just then let everything dry out, walk round. I think there was an easier path around the other side. All right, we'll just have a little walk along the front. I know there's probably a good spot. So I'm gonna go, if you walk 7.5 metres that way, it's much shallower. And I could take my boots off and go barefoot. I've not got my boots wet or my socks wet. Right. Well, I made it anyway. We're definitely crossing. We're not going to go up that bank again. But I do think I'm being lazy by not taking shoes and socks off. I'm just doing it the most sensible way. So, a couple of photos or video shots from over here. And then we're going to be wading in. So Santon Gorge, there we go. Ready for the shot. That side always works well on YouTube. You can flick it, but Santon Gorge. Sometimes I like it a little bit closer as well. Isn't it weird that I don't cut that out? Anyway. Right, shoes and socks off then it is. You want to see me fall in, don't you? That's the thing. You absolutely do want to see me fall in. There's no way on earth you're hoping that I get across dry and safe. I think it adds bonus points because of me being a vicar as well. So, come on. There we go. Active track enabled. I'll put that there. And we'll see how we go. Let's get the shoes and socks across first. They're muddy anyway. We roll them in woods. It'll be fine. I'm just going to get so wet. And no, I'm not going to go in my pants. Oh, my laces already come undone on these barefoots. Awesome, they're so good. Those smart laces that they have. Ah. My wife shrunk my socks, so they're much harder to get off and on. So let's see how we get on. Connor, you're watching then? I know you want to see this. It's quite slippery. Yeah, probably down there will be better. Can you see me though, is the question. It kind of, let's turn you around a little bit to make sure we don't lose this, because you'd hate to miss me falling in, wouldn't you? Right, that is quite rapid. So I'm not worried about getting my trousers wet, particularly. But this does look like it gets... Oh, and it's quite soft underneath there as well. It's cold. I'll throw my boots over there. I'm never coming back, am I? I might only want to do this once, you know. Oh. Right. We're going to do it. It's just working out the best way, he says. Awesome. Camera's wobbling about all over the place. Right. This is really, really foolish. Not because nothing's gonna happen to me, like physically. Right, it's not like I'm gonna drown in a foot of running water. It's just I have boots in one hand and a camera in the other. If the camera looks like I'm gonna drop it, I'm gonna be throwing it anyway. What I'm trying to do is get straight ahead to the other side. All right? So, sure you're all praying for me, but I'm not sure we're praying for the same thing. I imagine I'm praying that I get across dry and you're praying that I slip. Is that what you're praying for? Are you being mean? All right. Okay. This is where I get wet, but that's fine. Kind of glad I did it in one go though. Hey! Oh, this is not comfortable on the feet. Ow! 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 I'm such a wuss. What should we say in the piece for that then? Across the raging gorge. Definitely time for a nice warm coffee though. And let these feet dry off a bit. Oh, subject lost it, I know. Right. Yeah, so that's the raging gorge that I just crossed. As you can see, it's pretty wild. Yep, well. Time to find a spot and make a brew. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a sandwich. There's a few flies around, so this won't be much fun. But I got a British chicken, piri piri garlic chicken breast with spicy garlic piri mayo and red pepper on malted bread. Got this for nothing. So I use an app called Olio. This is not an advert. I use an app called Olio, and you can get free food. Just food that's to stop food waste. It's not a food bank or anything like that. It's to stop food waste. So there's loads of stuff. I've got a beautiful bunch of flowers and stuff like that, all from Co-ops and Tesco's and stuff like that. So this stuff was from the Co-op, I believe. It was just Co-op, yeah, Co-op. But you get pastries and all sorts, and some I use for church stuff. So bread I freeze, and we can use it. We're going to starting a new group. Be on a Tuesday, a well-being cafe, and we're going to offer soup and bread and things like that. And there's some really fancy sourdoughs and fresh bread and stuff that I just chuck in the freezer, defrost, and it's ready to go. Most of the bread lasts for much longer than the best before display to date kind of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have this first. So Olio, O-L-I-O, join the app, find a local person who's doing it, and then see if you can pick up a few bits. I think anything that avoids food waste. We have so much food goes to waste. It's ridiculous. And that's perfect. So rather than cook it, I thought I'd grab the sandwich out of the fridge I picked up last night. My wife's been able to take a sandwich to work, and my kids have had lunch. We've got some vegetables that we're putting into something tonight. What was I going to do? Actually, I'm doing a chilli. We've got fruit, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. If they're a bit squished and a bit go, then we'll put them into smoothies and stuff, and you won't notice the difference. So, lots of stuff you can do. Freeze a lot of it. Anyway, I'm gonna eat the sandwich, and then I'll get back to you when I've set up for the making the coffee with the mocha pot. Catch you in a mo. Right, okay. Let's show you what I've got here. So I've got one mocha pot. So it's a Von Chef, V-O-N-S-H-E-F, Von Chef mocha pot. I've had some practice with it at home. We've got an induction hob, so I had to get an induction plate for it as well, so I could, because this isn't induction compatible mocha pot, but it's it will work on pretty much everything else, but it won't work on induction. So there's like a little, looks like a almost a flat frying pan thing that you can put into your induction hob. That is induction compatible and heats this up. So I got that to practice at home. But I've got the mocha pot, the Von Chef one, and I followed some instructions. There's a guy, I wish I could remember his name now. There's a guy who famously does coffee reviews, an English fella. Do I find his name for you? Is that going to be boring for me to go on my phone again and search it up? Wow, okay. My phone's a bit damp, that's fine. It's waterproof. Have I got a signal here? No, SOS only. I can hit satellites if I need to. That's fine. I think that's just sweat actually on my phone, because it didn't get that deep. There's a guy, English fella, name him in the comments if you know who I'm talking about, who does coffee reviews. But he did a mocha pot thing and he explained how to get the best out of a mocha pot. So first of all, we're going to grind up some coffee. I'm using portable. I've already filled this up with coffee. It's filled right up. This is from Temu. This little coffee grinder from Temu cost me a whole, I think, 11 quid, which sounds quite expensive at Temu, but that's the point. You could pick up some really decent stuff on Temu as well, but don't expect to pay 2 quid for it. So this is full up with beans. It's exactly the right amount. It fills this bottom pot up. And so now you get to watch me do this for the next half an hour. No, not really. It won't take that long. It does take a little while. I've got it set to the kind of real fine grind, as fine as this will go anyway. And it does the job, you know. It works really well. So we're grinding this up. There's a lot of black flies around. You get this, so I said this the other day when I was on the front in Castletown, and you get, if I drop this now, this is over, this video's over, do you realise that? It's just because there's seaweed about, so they kind of break everything down. So they're part of the kind of ecosystem here, so it's not really a problem. Don't bother me. They try to eat my sandwich, but I wouldn't let them. It's possible a couple of them got eaten in the process, so it's all protein. And do you know what? The sun is shining on me here. Not bad. Not bad. What's the date today? So it is the Wednesday, the 8th of April. And it's warm and it's sunny. It's cloudy. We started off in the water, but it's got really lovely now. It was fine before. It's quite mild, but yeah, I've been trying to find out what is the best coffee you can get if you're camping. What's the? Because I've got a little pump press thing that takes capsules and stuff, and it didn't really work so well with the using fresh coffee with it. It's got a little kind of container you can put fresh coffee in, and it pushes it through that, but it didn't really work. But it works fine with the capsules. And I use instant all the time. I've got instant with me now. I could just boil some water and do that. But yeah, just kind of work out what might be the best way. I've always fancied one of these. I love my gadgets. I love my bits and bobs. This is like a mocha pot is like just normal in many European places. It's just how you'd make the coffee. Often stovetop percolators and things like that. So. Yeah, what can I use to... This is quite full now. It's quite loose. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold off on that for a moment. I'm going to put this handle back in the holder. Got a little rubber holder for the handle, which keeps the lid on as well. I'll put that to one side for a moment. We're going to start boiling the water. Okay. Got my water with me. I wouldn't use the river water here. It goes through agricultural land. Even I could use it with the filter. I've got a very, very good filter. Plenty in. So it would absolutely cope with it, but I'm not about to start going down that route. It's got pizza electric. Let's show you what I'm up to down here. So, sorry, I know you're going to get like all excited and stuff because it's like I've got my feet out. No screen grabbing this and selling them on any kind of feet pick websites, please. Unless you're going to share the revenue. So your water's in. Let's get this on. I brought a spare tank of gas with me just because this one was quite low, but I like to use them up. I want loads of like part tanks. So whilst that's heating up, which won't take very long at all, here's the mocha pot. You just open it up, and inside there's a little container for your coffee, and the water heats up in there and pushes through the coffee ground, the ground coffee, and into the pot above. But there's a trick. So this guy that I watched on YouTube basically said boil the water first, so that it's a bit closer. Yeah, boil the water first, and that should be boiling into the pot in the bottom, coffee at the top, and then you really need to do it really, really slowly. So it's not supposed to be boiling and spurting through. It should go through really gently, and then you stop it just before it gets it starts to spurt. That's when you stop. You don't want a load of steam going through. And the reason you do it like this is just it stops it from being bitter. If you run steam through it, like you could heat the water up in the bottom of this pot, you could just heat it up in that, and when it starts to boil, it'll come through. But if you do it like that, you've had heat and steam coming through the grounds, and it does something to it, and it's not so smooth. And I tried it the other day, exactly following his instructions, but on a induction hob, and it was one of the smoothest, tastiest coffees I've ever had. So we're going for it. How are we doing? Water's nearly boiled. Quick, eh? I haven't got it full blast. I could knock it up a notch, but I'm not going to. And I haven't tipped the coffee out yet because I wanted to make sure I'm ready for it. And you fill it up. There's a little kind of pressure valve on the side of this, so you fill it up to just below that. There we go. Got to burn my toes. That's a rolling boil. And turn that right down, but not off. No, ow. Yep, not smart. Right. Thing wasn't coming out very easily, and this isn't quite level. Now, as you can imagine, now putting this in there, grab my coffee, which is ground up and in there, perfect. Fill that in. Then I tamper it down with the top, with the actual container. What I can do is grind a little bit more, whatever I've got left in the grinder, which won't be very much. That's it, all gone. We put that in top as well. That means I use like a decent amount of beans. I tamper it down right around the edges. Go to one side now. Now this bit you've got to be careful. So what I do is gently turn that on, and I need to tighten it in a moment. But obviously that's got boiling water in the bottom, so I have a cloth with me. I just need to make sure that is tight. So I've just tightened it on there. I can pop that back onto there. And then we've got to boil it really gently. So the water was already boiling before I put it in there. So it shouldn't take too long to heat up, but you just don't want it to boil quickly. You want it to boil as slowly as possible. And you can turn the gas down, but if you like with me, camping stove, this won't be as controllable. What I'll do is I'll just take the pot off for a bit and let it calm down a bit. Yeah, still heat coming off that. So I just want to make sure that it's still lit, because you can't see in this light. Not brought any I've not brought any milk with me because I'm happy to drink it black. I don't take sugar, so that's easy enough for me. I've got like a waterproof bag, because that's going to help after I've finished with the mocha and it's cooled down. I can put that in there, take everything home with me, grounds and all, to wash it when I get home. There we go, it's just trickling out. So you probably can see it just about. Just trickling out. So I don't even need look how slow that's coming out compared to, doesn't need to spurt. Slow, as far down as possible. So I put the lid back down now, because in a moment it's going to be full. And I'll be able to hear it because it will start spurting. Right there. I've literally switched it off. I can take it and put it on the ground, or I can put it on here, and it'll just. As soon as it starts pushing air through it, you want to stop it, and that's it. So pretty easy to do. Once you get the knack, gas is off. that could be cooling down. There's my coffee, and it's kind of ready to go. So I've got the sun behind me, so that's great, because that's going to make it really impossible for you to see me or what's going on. But hey, there you go. Clouds come over in a bit, no doubt whatsoever. I got my, was it from acacia or something? I don't know. Got my little wooden, almost essential piece of kit for any kind of outdoor vlogger, content creator, because you've got to have a wooden mug, because it means you're so much more in touch with nature, apparently. Oh, and I just spilt some. Awesome, doing well. So that is, clean that up. Just heard the steam train in the distance. So, if you want to have a look, there you go. Beautiful. He says dripping even more. So we go anyway. I mean, it's super strong. If you like your coffee really, really strong, it's great. It's hot, which it should be. But I tell you what, that is, I mean, you could add hot water to it. I've got hot water in there to kind of bring it down strength-wise a bit. So you could like Americano kind of thing. But that is, so we've had this same coffee this morning, freshly ground in a kind of normal coffee, a coffee machine with a carafe. You know, we use one which has got a grinder that built into it, so it grinds it and grind and brew. It's got it's a Miletti, grind and brew, cheap as chips system, so you can have fresh ground coffee, and it's got a timer on it, so it'll literally grind it in the morning for you. Do it, and you wake up to the kitchen smelling of freshly ground and brewed coffee. So I love it. But this is great. It's like almost espresso strength, not quite, perhaps half of that, but it's strong. So I'm going to relax, enjoy my coffee, and be back to you once I'm all packed up, all ready to go, and we're looking for an escape route out of here. Hoping the tide's not coming in and keeping me stuck. I might be crossing the river again. In fact, I've just realised that the tide has come in, and a lot of where I crossed is now quite a lot deeper. I'm sure I'll be fine. It'll be fine, Simon. It's no problem. I might be swimming back. If it's chest height, who cares? We'll be all right. We'll be fine. I can't believe I'm looking out there going, oh yeah, the tide's coming. I'll turn it around for you just before I go. Look, it's got wider and deeper. Okay. Tide is coming. Anyway. Oh, it's tracking my chest. Great, stop doing that. I'll catch you in a mo once we've had this coffee, chilled out, and then started panicking about where we're going to get back, which will be fine. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Right. We're all packed up. Leave no trace. Good. Excellent. It looks like the path up is right behind me. So, now that looks ridiculously steep, if you can see it with the sunlight. But from what I can see, there's a little zigzaggy path going up there. So I might have just sat myself right back. I was getting a little bit concerned. I'm thinking if it's around that corner, that tide's come right in. Now, that seaweed, you can't even see it. Under the water there was all, you could see it all. that tide's come up quite a way. So I was thinking, oh man, I've got to get across. If I have to go back the other way, I'm going to be waist height or deeper, which wouldn't have been a problem. It's not a stormy day. I've not put myself in any danger, nothing like that. But it's just making sure that I'm doing something reasonably sensible, at least. Let's see what we got up here. So I think if I can climb up this bit, I should be zigzaggy path to the top. But we're going to be very, very careful. I should probably have both hands available to me, but we're going to give it a go. Try not to get caught too much on the brambles. Oh, brambles caught in the camera. So, yeah, that's the bit we just climbed up. Easy peasy, he says. Definitely, as the lady described it to me, it's definitely a scramble. Now this bit is probably more dangerous because there's exposed mud and stuff. You can get up there, there's a track up there as well. So it's about taking your time, not rushing. You see where other people have put their feet. A little bit of a rock part here. I do have very good boots, but I've just slipped a bit as well. Oh. So, bit of a scramble, but we're up. So I'd have a quiet walk on the way back, but that was quite good fun. So, Santon Gorge. Sure, there's a thumbnail in there somewhere. Hopefully my eyes not squinting into the sun. Anyway. Just checking everything. If I start walking too far, work out that I've got my car keys and things like that. My phone, my car keys. Didn't bring my wallet, obviously. Well, show you the view, because it is lovely. Back towards the car. And how the weather changes, eh? The grey skies on the way here, but nice and warm. And now it's absolutely glorious. Look at that. So I say getting down to the gorges, if you're coming by kayak, it's probably great. If you're coming by foot, you need to be reasonably physically fit and have a good grippy pair of boots on. These barefoots give you a lot of confidence because you can feel when you start to slip and you can feel the movement under your feet. They do feel grippy. Just there you go. Beautiful big field here. You know, you could walk along here in sort of 15 minutes, 10 minutes from the car, I guess. Don't think it took very long. We'll find out on the way back. Could literally check the video. But yeah, you can walk along here in no time. You could be sitting in a field overlooking the sea, have a little picnic. Maybe have lunch. Café Bar TWO-SIX or whatever it is called. Pop in there, have some lunch and go for a nice walk. Straight afterwards, straight from where you've parked and eaten. That would be a bad idea. It's going to be another long video this, isn't it? I know what I should do. I should make the video and take out the bit where I'm making the brew, do a separate mocha pot thing, but I kind of think people get that I don't like to edit out too much. I kind of like to make it feel like you've come on a walk. I give myself a little bit of free time just in between, just to sit there with a cuppa and take it all in, enjoy it, because you don't just watch me sort of meditating there on the beach. You want to actually see movement or something going on, or having a chat or whatever we're doing. So is there anything else I need to tell you about today if you've got this far in the video? I know some of you some of the loyal fans, as they say, but you people who watch the entire videos like to get updates. So I've got stove coming, I've got some bits coming today, I've got interesting stuff arriving, but just a few bits and bobs really. Some stuff coming from Temu, I've got some stuff coming from Amazon. All for that, helping with making the videos. Going to enjoy some of this time off. Got bits and bobs to sort out and organise. Even got some work stuff to do. But you know what? It's really terrible, I know. But sometimes you can have, if you're off, you can have like a couple of days just to recuperate, and then you could have a day where you just get loads of like the backlog done. Because I've always got a backlog. I hate administration. I hate paperwork. I hate doing all that kind of stuff. I do what I can, I'm just not very good at it. So it's nice I'd love an administrator. If I had an administrator, I'd be 10 times more effective than I am now. Just someone I used to have an amazing administrator called Cheryl at my last church. And she kept me in line. She told me what I need to do next, sign this, do this, sign that. I need you to send me this over to me, and she'd get it all sorted. She'd take all the bookings for weddings and baptisms and funerals, and then she'd pass all the info I needed over to me. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was absolutely awesome. I'd love a really good administrator. I reckon we're a little way away from that at the moment. I'll tell you about Easter. Easter was incredible. Really good services and things like that. I really enjoyed it all. But Easter Day, buzzing after Easter Day. I know I always love Easter Day. It does fill you full of joy after a really heavy week. It's what it's meant to feel like, I think. Emotional roller coaster of Palm Sunday through to Easter Day. Is that a real difficult journey? But something about Easter Day this year. There were so many people there there was a few people there that were new, and it's all people from groups that we've been working with or working on. We had a family from the toddler group who came and joined us. We had a couple of people from came along. There was a couple of people. So hello to Trevor and Wendy, who are people who've been watching the channel and have moved over to the Isle of Man, now live in Castletown. They came along to the service. It was lovely to see them. It just felt like it was almost like a sign that I was seeing of it. See, we always talk about you're known by your fruits, but kind of seeing the fruits of your ministry, it's often you either don't see it, or it's hard to see, or you might not see the fruits of your labours for many, many years. Someone walking towards me. I'm just going to make sure I'm not talking. I'm pointing the camera in the other direction, so I'll stop for a moment. Yeah, just thinking about like those fruits, those green shoots, those things you see, and having all on one day, having people coming along from all sorts of different parts of your ministry, just felt really special. Oh, Steve, who came over from, he's actually Wallasey, I've been reminded, not Liverpool, but Steve, who came over from Wallasey via Liverpool, and he's someone who's just visiting the island, but he's coming back for Christmas. He's come back in August, I think, as well. But yeah, families who have moved over here, others who are visiting, people from other groups, all kind of arriving, and a lot of people saying, I'm going to be back. I really enjoyed today. I'll see you next week, that sort of thing. You go, wow, something is seriously at work. And one of the people who's at one of the services said they're going to come along and be a part of our new church plant or church graft that we're working on. And that's going to be interesting. Contemporary worship service that's not going to be part of the normal congregation, not expected to be. That we're really looking at planting a new worshipping community within an existing church, which is an interesting idea. Not unheard of, but yeah, just kind of a real challenge, but people coming forward to take part in that. So if someone come in and say they would play as a musician, and they're not the only one who's come forward. So yeah, Easter was amazing. And the rest of this week, who knows? It's apparently going to rain the rest of this week, so good time to do some paperwork, do some reading. Got a Kindle for Christmas, so I would really like to sit and read some. I do like a good book, and I haven't really ever got back into it like I used to. I used to read like there was, I don't know, like they had a read by date or something, because I'd be going through books like there's no tomorrow. And when I studied for my theology degree, I just did a lot of reading of bits of books. chapters and paragraphs, and I don't know, I just felt after that I just didn't quite get back into it as much as I used to. So I tend to read studies and a bit of theology and obviously scripture. I read sermons, I read all sorts, but I get back into some fiction, you know. I love reading fiction. Oh, I can see the steam from the steam train in the distance. So we're back past the going past the airport. Can't see anything lined up to take off. It's an EasyJet plane in there, but shame really, because whilst we're sat at Santon Gorge, there's some planes coming into land, definitely. I think it'd be good to watch them from here. Yeah, clouds starting to pick up again as we head back. I'm not going to complain though, because after that, enjoy some sunshine on a beach. Can't complain at all. Great thing about living near the airport is it is really easy to get to when you're travelling anywhere. It's like 5 minutes down the road, bus there in 10 minutes. You know, you could walk there if you really wanted to or needed to, quite easily. But people might go, "Oh, what about the noise of aircraft coming over?" Well, you get that, but it's not a busy airport, so you don't get it a lot. And the thing with that is, it stops sort of 9, 10 o'clock at night. It's more like 9. So you don't get them particularly early, sometime after 7, 8. And they don't all fly over the town. So you get stuff going across, but it's never that bad. Right, you can have me for the last couple of minutes of this walk. Lovely, eh? Yes, sir. Lovely. So you can all do me a favour. Mentioned at the start of the video, I'll mention it again in case anyone's still watching. If you're not a Patreon member, there is a free level on Patreon, completely free. So you can join Patreon. Search for Isle of Man Vicar or patreon.com/Isle of Man Vicar. You can find me. And you can subscribe for nothing, a bit like YouTube. So you can be on there. I'd like to kind of double the membership on there. And then obviously there's some people who access a bit more because they pay a subscription, but nobody has to. I'm not going to start putting out sort of walking videos or camping videos that you don't get to see. I'd only use it for like a bit of the behind the scenes stuff and that kind of thing, things that wouldn't make it to the channel. Some extra photos and stuff, and people get to kind of get more in contact with me on there. But nobody has to do that, but it'd just be good to see the numbers go up. So if you fancy it, head over to Patreon. If you do want to support me for a little one-off, there's Buy Me a Coffee as well. And Buy Me a Coffee, it does do subscription, but you don't have to. I don't run that, so that's like you could give like £1 or a couple of quid as a one-off towards supporting the videos and what I do. You know, it all goes into what I do here on the videos, what I do in ministry. But it's never been a money-making scheme. Only AdSense would come to this tax region, then I would make a little bit from the adverts, and that would be good. But there we go. That's what it is. All right, we're virtually back. Been a good walk this, enjoyed it. A bit more of an adventure. Having to cross a river. Tide coming in. Spilling hot water down my leg. Slipping on the way down the gorge. Nearly slipping on the way out. Using the new mocha pot, which is good. All sorts. And going somewhere I've never been before. Always great. It's always nice to see views you haven't seen and places you haven't been to. And we're back at the car. So, time to pack up and head home. So, take care of yourselves. No, is that it? No, it's not it at all. I'll learn my own catchphrase in a minute, won't I? Take care of yourselves. More importantly, take care of each other. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.